Hey finders, and welcome back to Fortune Finds. This one is really dedicated to my dry guys and gals out there. No matter what makeup products you put on top of your face just looks flat, it looks lifeless, and it just looks like it's in pain. Like, I have been there. I myself have extremely dry skin. Winter is not fun. You know, it's not as like carefree as the summer, because for me in the summer, there's a little bit more moisture in the air, so my skin just naturally is like more hydrated, a little bit more dewy, whereas in the winter, it's dry, it's flaky, and it's just flat. So if you are someone that is just looking for some quick tips and tricks as to how to make your makeup look really dewy, just to give you that really nice, youthful glow from within, I'm teaching you guys how to do so today. And none of these tricks are difficult. A little tweak here and there to just go ahead and change up your makeup game. Doing one half of my face using some products and the other half of my face using other products. I'm also using a brush on one half, a sponge on the other half. So no matter what you guys prefer, or no matter how you like to do your makeup, I am showing you just how to do it here in today's video. Make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. This way you get a notification every time I'm uploading a new video here on my channel. Let's go ahead and hop into the video. So this is take two. I just did half of this video and then my makeup started peeling off of my face. I think that my NARS Radiance Primer is no good anymore. I literally just peeled everything off. So I'm not going to use this. I'm going to be using my Belif Moisturizing Eye Balm, and I'm just going to pat this on my orbital bone just because I have very, very dry skin, and this will help highlight this portion of your face, so the highest points of your cheeks, which is where we tend to put highlighter, Tatcha water cream, but you can use any kind of face moisturizer. It does not need to be this one. Back of my hand, you can take any liquid highlighter. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to be using the Suva Beauty liquid highlighter today. A drop of that, because a drop is like kind of a lot. Mix the two together. As you can see, it gives this like liquid, almost like chrome effect. Most luminous primers, honestly, kind of just look like moisturizer with a little bit of liquid highlighter in them. So I thought this would be cool because I figured, you know, if you don't have a luminous primer, chances are most of us have a face cream. At least I hope that you have a face cream. You know, it's really important to hydrate your skin. And I also figured that most of us probably have a liquid highlighter. So instead of going to the store and purchasing a luminous primer, you could just go ahead and make one yourself. Again, I'm using the Tatcha water cream, and then I'm going to go in with 1 drop of face oil this time. Tarte Maracujá Oil, which I love this oil. It's so, so nice. Both of these concoctions are really hydrating because they both incorporate a moisturizer. But I will say, if you are someone with extremely, extremely dry skin, I would definitely try the face oil with the face moisturizer. Double down on your hydration. If you have any sections of your face that are extremely dry, I would go in with that moisturizer oil concoction and just throw that over top. So for me, I get really dry around my chin and my mouth, so I'm just going to take a little bit. But you will get a sense of like the difference, especially in this area of my face. Dewiness tends to pick up any texture and really accentuate it, highlight it. I should have mentioned this before. Last night I did go ahead and exfoliate my face, so if you have any flaky, dry skin, it's going to take that off, remove it, and give you a really smooth skin texture. For foundation today, I'm going to be using these two NARS foundations, NARS Natural Radiant Longwear, and then this is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. This one has like a cult following. People really, really love this foundation, but this kind of makes my skin a little bit too dewy. I have discovered that mixing these two together give a really nice dewy, more satin finish. Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03, and I'm just going to go ahead and really push this into the brush, really priming that brush. If I were to go in directly, you're going to be canceling out that first layer of luminosity that we've applied. Doing it this way, you're priming the brush, therefore the brush isn't going to lay down as much foundation. So I'm going to apply this to the highlighted side, and I'm just going to pounce this into the skin. I'm not swiping because I don't want to move that layer underneath, so just pressing it into the skin. And I'm going to apply the foundation to my face like this and really like shear it out. I know that looks like a lot, but that sponge is going to pick up all the excess. Damp beauty sponge, and I'm just going to pat this. This side has sheen as well. Not as shiny as this side because again, we did put the highlighter on the side, and we also did use a brush. I find like a brush doesn't cancel out the sheen as much as a sponge, but this side still looks really dewy, and I would say this side kind of looks a little bit more natural. It's kind of a glow from within kind of vibe, whereas this side is pretty shiny, but it really depends on your preference. Wherever I have really, really dry skin, I'm just gonna pat over. So I'm just gonna go over this really quickly on this side because quite frankly, I have dry skin everywhere, and And this is just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more moisture, but it's not gonna cancel anything out because, you know, I'm not picking up any additional foundation. I'm kind of just using this sponge to spread out what I already have on my face. I have dry, sensitive, textured skin, and the highlighter kind of picks up on the texture in my skin. I do have a lot of pores and just little bumps. I get little irritants, like little rashes on my skin. So this side, you can definitely see it, at least in person, a lot more than on this side. This side just looks a little bit more flawless, again, a little bit more natural. You're gonna wanna use as many cream products as possible. Yensa Sunlit Glow Silk Bronzing Base, and I'm gonna pat this into my skin. I think it's important when you're working with cream products to pat, because if you swipe, you can move them, you can move what's underneath, and you can create hair strokes, those brush strokes. So I'm kind of pushing and just like buffing, I'm not sweeping. And I think it's also important that when you're doing a dewy look to not use a lot of product. I know I preach that pretty much in all my videos. Cream products move a lot more than powder products. So by just intricately layering things with just a little bit of product, that's gonna really ensure that your makeup lasts for as long as possible. So I'm just gonna take there's really not a flat side, but like the long side, not the butt, this side. And I'm just gonna pick up this product and I'm just gonna go ahead and like stamp this. This just gives a really nice natural glow. And now this is kind of making me feel like I have too much on this side. So I'm gonna take the butt of this sponge and just blend that contour out. I haven't applied contour with a sponge in so long, but it looks really good on this side. I think that looks really, really good. Look how shiny still. And this side is really shiny too. Kokie Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. I don't feel like going too dramatic with the makeup today. I kind of just want to keep like a nice natural makeup look. And I'm only going to apply this underneath my eyes and on top of my lid. For blush, I'm going to use this Honest Beauty Peony Pink. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand like that. And I'm going to work off the back of my hand. By warming up any product, it's going to help to thin it out. And that's really going to help the products underneath. So like that moisturizer, the moisturizer with the highlighter, and our dewy foundation, that's really going to help that luminosity poke through, because again, it's really going to thin out this product that's going up top. So I'm just going to pat this onto the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that dome brush to go ahead and blend it in a little bit more. Put a little bit down the nose. Just feel like that gives a really sweet sunburn effect, which is really cute and looks really good with the dewy makeup look. Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and just lightly spray my face. So I kind of just lowered the exposure on my camera to help you guys really see the luminosity a little bit better. Moisturizer and oil combination side. So as you can see, really luminous, really, really pretty. And then this is the side with the highlighter and moisturizer combo. Ciate Dewy Sticks in the shade Glow. Look at that. It's just like a really wet shine. And I'm going to pick this up with the warmth of my finger again. And I'm just going to pat this on top of the highest points of my cheek. And you know what, why don't we just apply this to this side? I won't apply it on the other side. The brow bone, just to give a nice little sheen there. That is the highlighter, really pretty. Again, extremely natural. And then this is the other side that I did not apply any highlighter to. I'm just gonna pat out any of the concealer that may have moved into my fine lines. JCat Aquasurance Compact Powder. I'm just going to pick this up with a very, very small fluffy brush. Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30. And I'm just going to pack this underneath my eyes. And I'm pushing it into my skin before doing any swiping motions, because again, we don't want to move any of those cream products. So once I have it stamped, I can go ahead and blend it out. That just gave more coverage underneath my eye. And I really like this for like in the inner corner because I get really dark in there. Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This one kind of has a little bit of a sheen to it. So I really like to use this all over the rest of my face because it's going to set everything, make sure nothing moves into my fine lines, but it's also going to make my skin have a little bit more life. It's going to give a little bit more juice to my skin. Pick it up. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm only going to put this where I need this. So I like to put this around my nose, wherever my makeup tends to move. still luminous in those areas. Maybe you're watching this and you have really oily skin, in which case I would suggest powdering your whole face with this Veil Translucent Setting Powder, because again, powder everything so your oils don't poke through, but it's also going to give you that shine. Otherwise, if you're dry like me, just powder wherever you really need powder and use a very small fluffy brush. Let me just go ahead and show you guys what a shimmery blush will do for you. Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH06. I'm just going to focus this on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to stamp it again because I didn't set my cheeks. So I'm going to stamp it before then going ahead and fluffing it in. And you can see, like, look at this blush. It's going to set that blush, but it's also giving a really nice shine to the cheek as well. So I'll do this side as well. So again, it really didn't take anything away because this blush has shimmer in it. Put it down my nose, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. So again, if you want to go ahead and use any kind of powder products, whether it be powder blush, powder bronzer, just pick one that has a little bit of a shine to it. Just something that's really going to pick up the light and bounce it off of your face to help enhance that dewiness, to really give you that glow from within look. If you are someone that really loves a luminous setting spray like the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Mist, whatever it's called, go ahead and use that. Those kind of are just a little bit too dewy on my skin. While I am really, really dry, you know, my T-zone does get a little bit oily, so I personally like the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Okay, so I have had so many malfunctions in this video. I did just go ahead and do this eye look on camera, but I stupidly forgot to hit record on my audio, so while I'm speaking, you can't hear what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you guys the footage that I recorded, but I'm going to talk you through it now. So we're kind of going to do a sped up version of the eye look, but it was pretty easy, pretty simple, and it didn't take up too much time at all. So I went ahead, I grabbed my Honest Beauty blush, and I just took that on a fluffy brush. Any kind of fluffy brush that's tapered will work just fine. I went ahead and picked up that blush with that fluffy brush directly from the pan, and I just went ahead and I buffed that into my crease. So I just did your typical windshield wiper motions, back and forth, back and forth. I really like to use complexion products on my eyes when I'm doing a more natural look, when I'm doing a quick look. Kind of makes everything look a little bit more monochromatic, which, you know, is in for 2021, is pretty much in every single year. And it also kind of just ties everything together. And, you know, blush is just the kind of product where no matter where you put it, it's going to bring light, it's going to bring brightness, and it's just going to make you look youthful. Grabbed a little tiny bit of that blush and put that underneath my lower lash line. Almay Velvet Foil Cream Shadow in the shade Cupid's Glaze, a flat shadow brush. Picked that up from the back of my hand and just applied that all over my lid. I didn't put this in the crease, I kind of just kept it from the bottom of the crease down. I did just press that into my eye. I didn't swipe it because when you swipe it, you kind of create those hair-like strokes when working with any kind of cream product, so I just pushed it and pressed it into my lid. Then I went ahead and took whatever was left on that brush and I just put it underneath my brow bone just to give a little bit of light, just a little bit of pop. ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. This is in the shade Lightning Bug. I just picked this up with my finger and I pressed this right on top of where I put that Almay shadow, and then once I had that dispersed all over my mobile lid, I went ahead and kind of brought that up towards the brow bone and kind of put this everywhere, and it gave a really nice warm golden touch to the lid. And then last but not least, I didn't feel like curling my lashes, so I went in with this really awesome mascara that I haven't used in a hot minute, but it is the Unique Mood Struck Epic Mascara. Really natural, but it really elongates the lashes. NYX Matte Lip Liner in the shade London. And I don't really feel like being too precise with this because we're gonna go over with a lip oil. Vasanti Power Oils Lip Gloss. And I like this because it's a really pretty pink tone, so it's really gonna tie all that blush that is quite frankly all over our face together. Just to show you guys the comparison, again, this is the side with our moisturizer and a little bit of face oil, and then this is the side with the moisturizer with a little bit of highlighter. So I hope that you guys can see the difference. Again, I definitely think if you were looking for something a little bit glowier than usual, I would definitely use a highlighter mixed in with your moisturizer. But if you just want a natural dewy glow from within where it just looks like your skin is really juicy, just beautifully hydrated, then I would go ahead and just put a little bit of face oil mixed in with a nice nice hydrating moisturizer. Do be sure to let me know down below in the comment section, which side of my face do you prefer? Which side of my face are you gonna go ahead and try to mimic? I would love to hear your answers, because for me personally, I really do like the moisturizer and the face oil. I just feel like this side of my face looks a little bit more natural. I think we look really juicy, we look really youthful, and our skin looks really dewy. So I do hope that this was helpful. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it and you did find it helpful, then do be sure to leave it a big thumbs up down below. I feel like I've been doing a lot of dry skin concentrated videos here on my channel, so if you do leave it a thumbs up, that kind of just lets me know that this is the content that you guys can relate to, that you would like to see. So do be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like this video or any of my other videos. Also be sure to subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. And again, let me know down below in the comment section, what did you learn from this video? What are you gonna go ahead and try that I did in this video? And if you do try something, come back, let me know how it went for you. And if you have any hydrating products that you really love, or if you have a hydrating technique that I did not touch upon, then do be sure to leave it down below in the comment section. I would love to read it, and I'm sure others who are watching this video would love to read it as well. I had a wonderful time as always. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, Finders. Mwah.